So you want one of the new Traxxas XRTs, but you don't want to spend $1,000 for it? Well, if you have an X-Maxx, you can convert it to an XRT. In this video, we're going to talk about what it'll take to do that, and more importantly, if you actually should. Taking a look at the Traxxas XRT, we can see that it is essentially a squashed X-Maxx. The driveline, the suspension, and a lot of the other components are straight off the X-Maxx. Pretty much the only parts of it that are unique are the entire chassis section and the body and body mount setup. This means if you want to take your X-Maxx and convert it over to an XRT, you can do that. The reality of it is a little bit more complicated though, because you're looking at buying over 30 different components from Traxxas in order to make your X-Maxx into an XRT. Some of those components you're going to have to buy are of course going to be the body and the body mounts, a wing, the chassis, front and rear bulkheads, all the battery hold down mount hardware, the front bumper, rear bumper mount, the skids, both shock towers, front and rear springs, the steering servo saver and steering linkage, shock bodies, shock shafts, and a few other things. Now you do have a few different options here. Of course, you get to pick whichever color body you want. There's going to be 4 different bodies available. That's going to be one of the biggest expenses. That's $110. Surprisingly, the next biggest expense is going to be the shock bodies. They're 20 bucks a piece, so you're going to spend 80 bucks because the shock bodies and shock shafts on the XRT are about 10 millimeters shorter than on the X-Maxx. Beyond that, you're really just going to get nickeled and dimed for different things. Before we add those totals up, if you enjoy XRT content, make sure you get subscribed because we've got a lot more coming up. Let's take a look at the numbers. Adding everything up to convert the X-Maxx to the XRT isn't including wheels and tires because you should be able to use any X-Maxx wheels and tires on the XRT. It's also not including the updated outside hubs and knuckles because those, while different, should be compatible. And of course, this also doesn't include any hardware that you may need. 30 plus pieces, we're looking at $481 without tax and shipping. So with tax and shipping, we're looking at around $500 to buy everything you need to convert your X-Maxx to an XRT. Now that's half the price of an XRT, but if you buy an XRT at $1,000 and then just sell a few parts off of it, on eBay right now you can get 240 bucks for the ESC and motor, 20 bucks for the servo, 150 bucks for the wide kit, and 50 bucks for the transmitter and receiver. That takes $460 off of that $999 price. That means you're down to about $540 for the rest of the truck. You could then take the bits off your X-Maxx and put them on this truck and you'll have the same thing. So is it worth it to buy all these individual parts and convert your X-Maxx? I'd say no. Now that's not to say it wouldn't be fun to buy all these parts. I'm very tempted to pick them all up and do this process myself because getting this huge bag of brand new parts would be really fun to do. My hope is that Traxxas in the future will offer this as a conversion kit. Your best bet in the future is almost certainly going to be picking up a slider for the XRT on eBay or possibly buying these parts on Jenny's when they become available. Most of these parts are available right now on Traxxas's website. So if you want to go get started on this, you can. Are you going to do this? Are you going to wait for parts on Jenny's? Are you picking up an XRT brand new? Let me know what your plans are. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.